forgot to grab a drink. Oh well.
Did you record already?
I did.
All right, that's fine. We'll keep it in. I love it. So, Wolfie, I watched Zootopia recently.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me about it.
For the first time. A lot of casual racism in that game. Or in that movie.
My favorite game.
It should be a game. It would be a great game.
I know, right? Disney's
Make it
out
like
of its
Madagascar
game era.
for the PS2.
Learn their lesson. Yeah.
A lot of casual racism and stereotypes.
Ingrained into Disney's being. Some casual racism.
It really is. Unavoidable, honestly. They're giving the audience what they came for.
Indeed. I think that ingrained racism is why they changed the original story. Because
ingrained raisin.
No! ingrained racism. Because they released some storyboards when it first came out with the original plot. It was more about the predators had to wear like these shock collars all God. to keep them in check. And there was like this illegal black market carnival where they had like a tool that could temporarily disable the shock collars, and it's where all the carnivores would go.
This is like Peace Stars.
Yeah.
Where they're like a black market meat festival or whatever the hell it was.
It was too intense for Disney. Too dark.
Well, yeah, that's probably too far gone for them. They can like do like racism as long as it's like hidden a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be softer.
If it's too much like prejudice like that, then they gotta cut it out.
Recreating the Holocaust with furries.
Walt Disney apparently did hate Jewish people.
Yeah, that's true. His spirit lives on, and infecting the writer's room.
The principles of the founding company are still being upheld, I see. That's how you would want it.
True.
Oh, man. Welcome to episode... Oh, good movie, by the way.
It did.
When you look past all the fucked up stuff, good movie. Welcome back to episode 72 of You're Ridiculous.
Whoa.
My name is Luke. I'm one of your hosts. Your other host is here too, Wolfie.
That's me.
No Rain this week. She has company over.
Ooh.
She was going to come, but she got family busy.
Oh, I didn't even know she was coming through. Surprised
I
to
had
me.
asked. She had called me and I had asked. So she's like, no, I changed. Anyways. Last week we talked about the D&D movie.
We did indeed.
That was a good movie.
Quality movie. No sarcasm.
You know what I this past week and after I saw the movie originally, I'm like, wow, I really want to watch this again, but I don't want to go to the theater. So I was thinking, like, you know how sometimes with like really big releases, theaters will get like special drops they can give to the viewers?
Yeah. Like
with the Pokemon movie, they gave out like special Pokemon trading cards.
Oh, yeah.
And so like every person who bought a ticket got a pack, and the pack had like 2 cards in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but now I'm thinking like, okay, what if we did that, but with everybody or every group maybe, so they don't lose too much money. Every group that comes also gets like a code where you could stream. It's a one-time use code where you could stream the movie that you just watched on whatever platform it's going to be out on.
Oh, that's cool.
A couple of months. And that way it's like, so it's not like you could just pass it around. It'd have to be one-time use.
Yeah.
But I thought that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Because
come and get on it.
Yeah, I could watch it again. It would encourage people to come to the movies.
Yeah.
It'd be a good idea.
Movies definitely need more reason for you to come.
That's right. Especially with all the... Everybody now is like, I'll watch it in a month or two when it's out on streaming service.
Yeah.
So this would encourage that. And you could like give it to somebody that, doesn't want to go to the movies or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, food for thought. If anybody comes up, some big company does that, you owe me royalties.
Gotta get your bag.
That's right. This week we're going to be talking about Dredge, the new indie game that's running hot all over Twitter.
The internet. Yeah.
The internet as a whole. And we'll be finishing it up with the question of the week from Rain.
A classic.
As always. Yep. Wolf, tell us about Dredge.
Oh, but first, remember to like and subscribe.
That's right. Subscribler.
Yeah, yes, Grobbles.
If you like our content, hop on over to our Discord or any of our social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Comment down below if you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, with the Scrobbles. I bet you won't, or I bet you don't know.
Oh yeah,
I'll be impressed if people do know.
the complete inside joke.
That is, yeah. Go ahead.
But back to it. Dredge is an indie horror fishing game where you play as a fisherman and things just aren't quite right.
Yeah. Developed by Black Salt Games.
Yeah.
Published by Team 17.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, I saw like a TikTok about it, and it hooked me in like immediately. And I started playing it, and I blew through it, got almost done, and then I started over, and then I beat it.
Yeah. That's the best part. You were literally like probably like 2 or 3 hours from finishing. And you're like, well, I've missed this one thing. You better go back and restart.
It was 2 things.
Oh, please. Did any of it matter?
No.
I know. They're like 2 side quests. It's like, deliver these fish to these people.
Yeah.
Because they're hungry or something.
Yeah.
And then you didn't, or the
guy died.
Up. Yeah.
I didn't know they do that.
And it has no impact on the story.
It does not. It just gets you a cool book.
It does. The books are good.
They are nice.
You know, I have not finished it for audience sake. Wolfie has finished it. I have not. I'm probably like 60%, maybe 70% of the way, probably 60%.
Yeah.
Of the way through the game. And I probably went through like 45% of the game without realizing that the books actually give you perks. I just didn't pay attention. I'm like, wow, cool. I guess I'm reading these books that do nothing. And then only recently, like a couple days ago, did I realize that it's like, oh, you have like a plus 5% to this stat. And then you have a plus like 3% to this. It's like, oh, that's cool.
You're ridiculous. It even pings you every time you finish reading a book.
Yeah, I just thought it was like, you finished this book. I'm like, all right, cool. Not my fault. The UI is bad.
Ah, it is
Or
a little
the UX,
bad.
I guess.
Fucking can't search the encyclopedia.
I was just gonna say, I'll tell you what's bad. The fucking encyclopedia. You have to go on a goddamn hunt to just to find out where the fish live.
I know. When I finished the game, I went to go back and try and completionist it by finishing the encyclopedia, and it was such a pain. Because like the most you can do is like jump from section to section, and even that's not perfect because if there's like because it's formatted like a book, so if there's something on Gale Cliffs on like the left but then something on Twisted Strand on the right, it'll completely skip over whatever's on the right and just go to like technically page 2 of Gale Cliffs or Twisted Strand.
Yeah, I really wish that this is my primary complaint, and that's actually pretty good. But I wish the encyclopedia could just let me search.
Yeah.
For like multiple things, like fish only come out at night, only in the daytime, only in these locations. We have the location thing, but I wish I could set like multiple search queries, right? Like only in the shallows and only at night or something like that.
Yeah.
Or just like primary, just like searching the name outright.
Flipping 1 through 1.
Yeah. That could definitely be improved, but other than that, I think the game is like really excellent.
It's funny because the game keeps telling you to like use your encyclopedia to find fish you don't have, and it's so useless for that.
Yeah, the only like major thing I use it for is like where it is and then if it's night or day, and then basically after that it's useless.
I've only used it just to see what I needed to get for the completionist. And I found all the fish, so I did that, but I didn't find all the aberrations because it was such a pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I've used it recently. I haven't at all touched it. The only time recently I've used it is because I'm doing the research quest to the scientist to get the abyssal rod. And she's like, she wants you to catch 3 fish, right?
Yep.
And she tells you what they are and where they are in the beginning. But she doesn't, if you come back later, she doesn't tell you where they are again. And you can't ask about them. Like with the traveling fisher lady, the fishmonger.
Yeah.
You can, she makes you find these like rare fish or whatever. And you can constantly come back to her and ask, like, tell me more about this fish. The oarfish.
She'll give you the hint again.
Right, but the scientist doesn't.
Just go find
so
those fish, you fuck.
Yeah, I guess because I better break out the old encyclopedia. I open the thing and just like scroll through it as well, just to like look at some of the fish. Some of them are wild, just the silhouettes.
Oh yeah.
They're like, what on earth is this alien predator?
This terrible looking thing. But yeah, the gimmick of the game, the horror aspect is that if you're out at night, the island, the whole area effectively is low-key cursed, so that at night just something weird happens to the fish. They become like mutated and twisted.
But there's also like a fear element as well.
Yeah, and
which is part of the reason you don't want to go out at night.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Things start to pursue you. There's whispers in the dark. Oh, big stressful.
It can also, like, if you get too stressed out, it can also affect your daytime with like crows berating your boat.
God, the crows.
And just like different things happening. Stuff will chase you. Oh, the one that freaked me the fuck out, like early on, like the first couple hours, I'm like playing this game, right? And so I had watched you play it.
Yeah. Got robbed by crows.
Right. Yeah. And I'm like asking Wolf a bunch of questions and I'm like, okay, I'm hooked. You sold me. I'll play it. First couple hours I'm playing it, I'm like mostly avoiding night because that's kind of what you said to do. But there was like 2 nights in a row that I needed to go out and find fish that were only available at night. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And so I start going back to the port, to the Great Morrow, and driving using my headlight. And then I almost run into a rock. I'm like, I know that rock is not there. Like, I know that rock does not actually exist. But it was like 2 a.m. and my fear level was super high.
Yeah.
That's such a cool design that they can like make things appear that aren't actually there. It's so clever.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, me running away from a boat that's chasing me and a rock spawns in.
Oh man. I wish the map had a bit more on it though.
Yeah. A bit more, maybe a bit more NPCs or something.
Definitely should have more NPCs. Probably some more just like minor islands to explore. And maybe like a reduced, actually I'm okay with the amount of like just sailing that you have to do.
Oh yeah,
because it kind of makes you like really put value into upgrading your engine.
Yeah. There are
what did you
some islands, like Misk Islands, that have just stuff on it that's unmarked.
Yeah, yeah, they do. A lot of them do. I just wish there were more of them.
Yeah.
Like there's, and those Misk Islands are like pretty close to primary islands. So, I'm not going out of my way most of the time to like look at those, which some part of me will wish I was more inclined, or there was a reason to go out into like just straight up open water.
Yeah.
Like
sate your curiosity.
Yeah, exactly. What did you think of the storage system, or the storage system and the cabin system, where everything has a size to it?
Oh yeah, that was neat. I was so annoyed that I had to like that I could either have the net or no, I couldn't have like the 2 tiny fishing rods, which is ridiculous. If I have to have 2 tiny fishing rods, let me have them both at once.
Right.
I couldn't you can't rotate them.
Well, you can, but you have to uninstall them.
Yeah, that me.
Which
oh
is
my
annoying.
god! One time, I went through a process of uninstalling and reinstalling it like 4 or 5 times, just so I kept fucking it up.
Yep, I put research into an upgraded fisher pole, which I had to do anyways. But then I'm like, oh great, I finally have this. So I uninstalled my 2 fishing poles that I had to install the new one.
Yeah.
And they were the same size as the 2 small ones. And I'm like, I went out to go sailing. I'm like, wait, why can't I do this now? And I looked at my thing. The thing I bought and spent like 6 hours and like $500 on was just a combined version of the 2 that I uninstalled. It was like Shallows and Ocean or something like that. It was one of the like early on ones.
Yeah.
And it was just like, wow, my 2 fishing poles have combined into one big one. That's fucking useless.
Oh, man.
Like, what a waste of time and money.
Indeed. Sold it for like $100, spent 600.
Yeah, and you know, like 5 hours of install time.
Yeah.
Like, god damn it.
Oh, man.
I will say, I wish it was easier to find research points.
Yeah, I think towards endgame, they were just throwing them at me.
Yeah.
Like, I would go to Dredge supplies because I needed supplies, and it just kept giving me research parts. I'm like, thanks, but come on.
I have dredged so much that my cabin, at one point, my cabin and my storage was full of parts.
Hoarder.
And I had to just I couldn't use them because I didn't have the research points.
Well, you can stick them in the dry dock.
In the dry dock?
Yeah, the dry dock give you like, you can put the stuff there and it'll keep it.
What dry dock?
Like, have you not gotten it yet? It's like, it's called the dry dock. It's where you do ship upgrades. Oh,
yeah, you can like put stuff without buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have doing that, but those were also full. Is my point. That's why I'm saying I wish it was easier to find research parts.
Over dredging.
Right. Well, because that's what I was doing. Like, and then I messaged you like, where the fuck are these? You're like, gotta dredge. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm full. Eventually, I got enough like useful upgrades. I think I like messed up my early upgrades and just bought useless crap.
Probably.
So that's probably why I had none. But
oh man, you know what else made starting over not worth it? I started over because the second thing I missed was that there's a different quest that like gave you research parts basically. So I went back and did that because I thought, oh well, I won't be able to get fully upgraded without that. I was bullshit. The game does not give you enough like research parts to upgrade everything, even though those are achievements.
Oh really?
It is like it's at the point where it's easier to start a fresh game and then choose a tree to upgrade completely.
Oh, interesting. Huh. So like, I haven't failed like a quest or anything, but I won't be able to upgrade everything?
No.
Real interesting. Like, even like if I'm just dredging stuff?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a choice.
Indeed, I did everything.
I don't like that.
And I'm like, I hit the end of the game, and I still needed like 6 or 7 research parts.
Oh my god. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, I don't like that. I feel like if you have upgradable, like an upgrade system that like is revolved around points and stuff, you should be able to like fully upgrade that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think most of the time, there's only a couple games that like really cut off upgrade like tier trees, but for some of those it makes sense, but I don't think it makes sense for this one.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a full RPG. It's like, it's only like partly RPG.
You can also really end up screwing yourself over because at first I was like evenly distributing them since I was under the expectation that I'd get enough to do it all.
Right.
And if I had continued doing that, I probably wouldn't have been able to finish the game without like just boating around in circles trying to grind research parts.
Right.
Because there's some things you have to have.
Yeah. Luckily, I've put most of my points so far into the fishing rods and the engines.
Yeah.
Just because that seems like good. I only recently bought a trawler net.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that I needed it to catch certain fish. And I'm like, well, this thing is stupid. I don't want to mess around. Because I hate the crab pots, by the way.
Yeah.
I hate them. I don't want to have to spend my time going to check them and then repair them and then put them back out. Fuck all that. I hate it. I don't like them in Stardew either.
Inconvenient.
It's like they are. I don't want to have to go check something and like repair them and fill them with garbage to lure shit in. I don't want to do
Yeah,
it.
I like the troll nets. I'll just put them out while I'm just boating around. You can even just like spin in place and it'll collect fish.
Yeah, those seem pretty good. I recently got the like basic version.
Yep.
And now I'm gonna get a couple upgrades hopefully. But those seem pretty good. I also just unlocked like my first skill or whatever it is. I found the music box.
Oh, the artifacts. Yeah.
Yeah, the artifacts. I found the music box. I've had it for a while.
Yeah, just keeping it.
I just kind of forgot about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, this guy wanted one of these, right? So I'm like, oh, so I probably have spent like 3 or 4 hours without having haste.
Amazing. I every time I got an artifact, I would immediately take it to him because I was so afraid of like hitting something and just losing it.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. The conger or conger eel where you have to like bring someone a rotting fish.
Yep.
You have to like, you have to go at night and it's in between like the islands where that stupid big ass fish is.
Yeah.
That knocks you around. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. I can search for the crest, the family crest that the old guy wants, and then go get the fish at night. That'll be great. 4 tries it took me to get the crest and get the eel. Eventually, I kept dying.
Yeah.
Or either I kept dying or the stupid big ass fish would knock one of them out of my boat. And then you ruin the whole day. And then the 5th try, I got the crest, got the eel, but it was like 3 a.m. and then my eel got infected.
No.
I'm like, fuck this game. Oh my God.
Can't let you have it.
It was so annoying. Eventually, on my 6th try, I just got the crest, brought it away, and then got the eel and brought it away.
Game couldn't have you rushing it.
Yeah, that was annoying, but funny.
Yeah. Oh man, what a game.
Yeah.
There's even like some slight story elements going on. Well, not
Yep.
slight, but you get more stories, you find more artifacts. And as you travel around, everyone like tells you there's something weird going on, no clue why. And it's up to you to find
everyone
why.
knows that there's something weird, but they're all hush-hush about it.
Yeah, don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Especially the lighthouse woman.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that guy all across the way is doing bad stuff.
Sus.
Keep an eye on him or whatever it was.
Sussy.
Yeah. What do you think of the low poly art style?
I like it. It reminds me of the Long Dark,
It does. Yeah.
like character portraits.
Yep. Yeah. And those are like, it's like incomplete brush strokes or like shattered glass almost.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's kind of weird.
Fits the vibe.
It looks pretty cool. Yeah. It's not uncomfortable. I'm like, wow, this is a little off, but they look cool.
Yeah.
So that's nice. What, if anything, can you tell me about the stupid Grim Reapers wanting all the fish?
Nothing. They were nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I did all 4, and I didn't even get I didn't get anything for it. There was no
Is there an achievement?
reason. There was an achievement, but there was no reason given why they're there, and they didn't do anything.
That is tragic.
And I thought they were important because if you go around to the islands or certain islands, there's like stuff written like a prophecy type thing, and the 4 guys are there, and I did it, and I got nothing for it aside from the books. But I wanted lore.
Right? Yeah. You want like a reason or something to happen. That is tragic.
Indeed.
Anything else?
Cool game, cool story. It's the story. It's interesting. It really won't come together like that aha moment until right at the end, where it gives the key to you, the key piece to you. Because otherwise, it's just like the same kind of something strange happening again and again and again, and then you're finally everything I've seen now, I can now see it in a different context.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I like this. I like the pacing. So I'm about I'm 7.5 hours in currently.
Oh, look at you.
And the game itself, from what most people have said, is about 12 to 15 hours. some you can rush through it earlier on. I think there's like on like the really early, if you just go ham, it's like a 6-hour game. But if you take your time with it and like actually play it like a normal person, it's like 15 hours. And I would say that the pacing right now is really good because I'm unlocking enough stuff that I'm like, okay, this is sort of starting to connect over to here. These two people on these separate islands know each other. This event correlates to this event, stuff like that. But I don't have the grand scheme of it all.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited for. And I think I also only have like 50 of the like 120 fish. A lot of it, I know I'm obviously missing like the Hadal fishing line and the Abyssal one. But that's a lot of fucking fish I'm still missing.
Yeah. To be fair, a lot of them are aberrations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Because every one fish has.
Right, go ahead.
Every one fish has 1 to 2 aberrations. Sometimes 3.
So they count the total amount of fish a couple times, right? So like if there's 120 total, there's only like 40 or 50 or fish in the game.
Yep.
So I'm pretty close. I know I have a lot of aberrations.
Yeah,
I found quite a few of them.
They throw them at you in the beginning of the game.
They do.
But like late game, I guess they give you like a power to like, if you hit a button, it'll instantly harvest some fish. But doing it will always give you corrupt fish.
Ah.
And I think you were supposed to like use it on cooldown throughout the game, which I didn't do. So I was just like using it and then like boating around in circles until it was ready again.
Oh yeah.
Just trying to finish all the fish.
Speaking of the like corrupted fish, I just got the scene where the dock worker guy is like asked for a delivery. This was a while ago, where he like gets a creepy package and like with like some goop inside, and you have to deliver it to him. It's like, okay. And then I had to find the guy's like ask people in the Morrows about where the next artifact is. I'm like, okay. So I went back to the dock worker guy on the Little Morrow, and then he just like fucking zombie boy.
Yeah. Zonked out.
What is this?
Gone.
What happened to this fucker?
He ate the forbidden fish.
He did. You can't be doing that.
Oh, bad.
Gross.
Why would you even want to? They don't look edible.
Okay. One of the squids looks really cool as an aberration because it's like it's the fish. It's a squid that the professor asks for.
Yeah.
But the aberration version is like neon. It looks really cool.
The all-seeing squid.
That one's really cool. That one looks appetizing. But none of the other ones. The other ones are like icky.
Well, one of them's like completely made of bone.
I have that one, yeah. That one's gross. Oh, man. Overall, general thoughts?
Great game. If you haven't played it, you should. I haven't spoiled the big story, so you've got something to look forward to.
Yeah. My major thing about this game is that it's really easy to play like 30 minutes or an hour of if you don't have a ton of time to devote.
Yeah.
And it's super easy to pick up right where you left off.
Yeah.
We didn't really go into it much because a lot of it is story-based, but they have a whole list of like your active skills. Or not active skills, your active like quests that you're doing.
Yep.
In your cabin and stuff. And so you can always like look back at those. And they also have within those like lists, they have like a summary of like what happened. So like with the rotting eel that I talked about earlier, it's like this woman on Gale Cliffs asked me for a rotting fish. I better get, deliver it to her or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you can't devote a ton of time to this game all at once, it's super easy to like play for like 30 minutes a night or whatever.
Yeah. Slowly work your way through it.
Yeah, which is not always the case with certain games.
Yeah.
There's quite a few where you need to like really, grind through.
Commit.
Yeah. What do you rate this game out of 10?
8 out of 10.
Really? Not bad.
The end game lacks that satisfaction. post end game lacks like the satisfaction of completing it, like because you can't truly 100% it in one run.
Right. Yeah. I know some people like that style, but it's not really for me. My current, as I haven't finished it, I'm 7 out of 10. I could definitely see it going up to 8. I don't think it'll go higher.
Yeah.
But for an indie game that I didn't hear much about going into, that's pretty great.
True.
You know,
Coming out of left field.
Yeah, there's a lot of indie games where they have some hype building up to it. I feel like Cult of the Lamb was like that.
Yeah.
I definitely was watching it for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months before it came out. So, yeah, great game.
Yeah, give it a play.
Looking forward to finishing it.
Oh, I can't wait for you to finish
to what?
it. For you to finish it.
For me to finish it. All right, well, we have a question of the week to answer.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be edited out.
Maybe. Because I didn't get my drink earlier.
I will edit it out.
What's an irrational fear you have?
Simple question. Why don't you go first?
How I have a couple. One, butterflies. 2.
You told me about this a long time. Okay, explain the butterfly. You can't just get listing them off.
I don't know what there is to explain. They unsettle me. I don't like being near them. I don't like looking at them. I don't like their vibes.
You're like that SpongeBob episode where they freak out about the caterpillar and butterfly.
Exactly. When that would come on as a child, I'd have to like look away when the butterfly was on screen.
So is it like large? Is it really just butterflies, or is it like all insects?
It is all insects, but particularly flying insects.
A general distaste of insects.
I do indeed.
Irrationally fearing butterflies.
Yeah. Number 2, plant life that looks off.
What?
Like the vibes are off. Like,
what does that mean?
At our college, when I was out in the woods taking that wilderness class, I came across like a tree that had like black stuff on it, and it terrified me. One, I didn't know what it was. I didn't want to touch it. I didn't want to be near it. And they were like, "Well, we need the wood." I'm like, "I'll find different wood." And it was on a bunch of the trees. I was terrified. And I came back later. You guys were like, "That's mold, Wolfie." It's just mold.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. In my apartment, there were like some trees, some like plants growing up like the side of the screen. I didn't like how it looked. It scared me. It made me feel off. Gave me the ick.
Incredible. Gave you the ick.
Yeah. Third irrational fear. Quicksand.
Quicksand. Why quicksand?
I mean, what do I mean? What would I do? And also, what a embarrassing way to die. Guy swallowed up by the earth. Cringe.
Getting in that earth-ussy.
Exactly.
Caught in it. Oh man.
Fourth fear.
Yeah, but okay, hang on. When are you gonna even encounter quicksand?
Exactly. I don't know when to expect it.
It's always coming for you.
I don't know when to expect it, so it's gonna get me when it finally does come through.
Incredible. Okay.
Fourth fear. Being in a public bathroom in like a romper or a jumpsuit and it's out of toilet paper. You're basically naked.
Yep, that is a rough one. I will agree. That would be rough.
And I think that's it.
Interesting.
That's all that come to mind for now.
Yeah. So I've been sitting through this whole episode trying to think of one. Of my irrational fear. I came up with one.
Oh.
But it's a pretty like common one, so that's a little unexciting. I'm sure there are more that I have an irrational fear of, but I cannot think of them for the life of me. My primary one is a fear of heights.
I see. I
don't like going up high. And that's the like sort of.
You live on a hill.
I know, yeah, but like I'm on the ground. You know, like it's a fear of being off the ground is the more
I see, yeah.
relevant thing, right? Like I could go up in a mountain. I could like go hiking and be up high, like as an abstract. Or I could like, I can go up into like skyscrapers and look out.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't want to go on a roller coaster and be like off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my other thing. Roller coasters. I fucking will not go on.
Oh, you're a coward. I love roller coasters.
I will not go on roller coaster. Not on your life. I know they're actually quite safe, like in the large grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But not on your life. You would have to pay me a lot of money to go on one. I'm sure there's probably an amount, but no way. I'm not going on them.
Oh man, you know those things like those slingshot rides?
Oh yeah, not on your life. Nope. Not going on those either.
I did one where they just like hooked you in and then they raised you up like a couple 100 feet and then they just drop you.
Yep, nope.
In like a swing.
Nope. Not on your life. Zip lines.
Really?
Nope. Because I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah.
But it's the maybe it's more of a fear of falling. That's probably I was gonna say because like, so my family and I, when I was younger, we went on like a trip and one of the things was going to an adventure park. And so they like strap you into a harness and then you can do a bunch of zip lines and do like a bunch of obstacles like really high up in the forest.
Yeah.
Above the tree line and stuff.
Yeah.
Nope. Couldn't do any of them. Couldn't do a single one. I did one of the big zip lines. Terrified the whole time. But at the end, it's like it gets pretty. The incline gets pretty steep.
Yeah.
As in, so you're falling pretty quickly, and you're supposed to grab the post. At the end, it's like a padded post.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to grab it and then plant your feet to stop yourself. And it's like pretty easy. I slammed into the thing. I did not grab it. Slammed into it. Got so disoriented, I started going back the other way. And then I just had to like shimmy my hand on the like zip line to get enough speed to go the correct way again.
Like a Looney Tunes cartoon, just pull onto the pole.
I was like, this was like when I was like 12 or 14. Yeah, I think a fear of falling is probably the more accurate description.
I see. What about planes?
I'm fine. I'm fine with planes because I'm touching on the ground basically, like, right?
Yeah. The new ground.
Like, the new ground that is the plane. So also that's like if the plane were to fail, that is I think it would be a much comfortable experience to like fall into a plane and crash into the ground rather than like free falling off a zip line or something.
True. The fall itself would knock you out and then boom, dead. You're dead.
Well, yeah, I'd be dead either way.
Yeah, but you don't have to experience the death is what I mean.
Right, but like, yeah, but I'm not free falling in the plane.
Yeah.
Like I'm strapped in my seat.
Yeah.
So
but you like still feel the rumbles, or if you didn't pass out, you'd still feel the rumbles, and then the impact, like a car accident.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't feel the impact, right? I would probably just like quite instantly die.
You think so?
I think so.
I guess most people do die in plane crashes.
Right? Like I'm not
very effective way to die.
Away. I'm not gonna walk away. And like even if I was lucky enough that like if it's like lost, like where a lot
I think
of
at that point you're unlucky.
Right. Like,
the mercy
what the
of
fuck
death.
am I gonna do then? What am I gonna do then? If I survive the impact somehow, I still have to escape the like crashed airplane and then find my way back to I guess overall it'd be a good thing, but then I'm just like never going on an airplane again.
Fair. Well, if it was like Lost, then you would have actually died and you were just in purgatory.
True. Let me tell you one of the most unsatisfying ends to a series ever.
Oh, yeah?
That they were just like dead the whole time.
Oh, yeah. All these mysteries and the big mystery that they're dead.
Yeah. It was like this worse. And that show gripped the fucking nation.
It did.
It was like Game of Thrones back when Lost first came out.
And they blew it.
And they fucking blew it. It was such a shit ending. Oh my god.
They wrote mysteries they themselves couldn't solve.
There were so many like bullshit plot lines and stuff that just never came to any significance. Oh man. The like first like 4 seasons are really good.
Yeah, I think that's all I watched.
But then like the 5th one is
I think I got to like the countdown clock thing.
Yeah. That's where it like really falls off the rails. Oh man. Shout out to Lost.
20-year spoiler warning.
Fuck all you who wanted to watch it. Oh man, it was just on my watch list.
Too bad.
Oh man.
Should have watched it faster.
I don't think I have any fear of animals.
Yeah.
Right. Like I obviously don't want to get
cautiousness.
attacked. Right. Like I don't want to like take a fight with a bear.
I'm not like an idiot who's afraid of sharks.
Yeah. Should be afraid of hippos.
I know, right? Those are the real threats.
Fuck you up. Yeah, I'm not really like obviously I'm not looking to take a fight with any particular animal, but I wouldn't say I'm have a phobia or like a irrational fear of any animal.
Yeah.
And insects don't bother me really. Like I don't love insects, but I'm not like deathly afraid of them.
They'll ruin me. They'll be my end.
Oh, I really, maybe it's not an irrational fear, but I'm really uncomfortable with the thought of like ticks crawling on me and burrowing into me. Well, that's what
Even
they do.
Worse. It is.
That's the worst part. So like we're up in New Hampshire, at least we're pretty cautious about like putting tick spray everywhere.
I bet. In the nature.
Yeah. In the nature.
Filth.
You once said to me when you were taking your nature, like wilderness survival class, it's like the city may be filthier, but I know what kind of filth that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Nature filth is surprising, and city filth I'm aware of.
I get into nature and I see things my brain can't comprehend. It triggers my monkey fear response.
But if you like see some like gross stuff on the city, you know what that is.
Yeah, I'm like, more filth, city filth.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm aware of that. All right, Wolf, take it away.
I'm Wolf, taking things away. Thank you for watching episode 72 of You're Ridiculous. Wow. If you liked all that, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons. And you should hit the bell so you get notified of the next episode.
That's right.
If you're watching on a podcast website, you should hit the plus and give us 5 stars to support the show. You can follow us across the internet, the main cast at ridiculous_cast, Lucas at 7angry wasps with an E, and me at Rainbow Does without the W. We hope to see you guys all again next week. Until then, goodbye. Say goodbye.
There you go. I was waiting for you. And tell me. So bye-bye.
Oh.
Stop.